That particular guy came in wanting something that just blew my mind. The picture it's really was incredible. I was like, I didn't know hair could be cut like this. And at the time, I just was like, I can't do this. And I attempted it and it just went terribly. And that was the point when I realized the fact that we don't have some sort of system in place to make sure that sort of the general idea of like, this is what a haircut is, and this is how it should look, right? That there's no system in place to make sure that people are guaranteed that, and it seems pretty simple. One of the most important systems that we have developed as human beings in our history is a checklist, just a basic, simple checklist. You do this, check, you do this, check, and you just go down the list, right? 20, 30 years ago, we had the general surgeon. Now you have guys and women that only operate on tumors on pituitary glands, very specific procedures. And so if the most important industry in the world is following these checklists, following these procedures, and following hyper-specialization, one could determine that that is what you should do as well for your company. What I first took a look at are, okay, so what are the variables and what are the consistencies? We all have roughly the exact same skull. Now, there are some differences in the head, just like there are differences of sizes in human beings, right? But everybody's got a mastoid process, and almost everybody's got a zygomatic process, a temporalis muscle, a parietal bone. And so since there is this consistency, now all of a sudden you have this blank canvas that is the skull. You've got these bones and muscles that are the marking points, right? And then you're really able to graph a haircut and build one around that human bone and muscle structure. Well, one of the issues that people were having was, people come in and they say, I want to do roughly this idea. I want it to look like this. So Ben Wang comes in for the very first time, and this is before we had a computerized system. And I tell him, listen, we have this system, this is how it works. And I'm gonna have Augustine take you outside, and he's going to consult you on your haircut from a distance that I can't hear anything. At the end of the haircut, I want you to tell me if that is exactly what you wanted. So sure enough, he agrees, and he sits down, and I give him a full haircut, we talk, and at the end he goes, I can't believe it, this is exactly what I wanted. There's less than 3 sentences on that card. How were you able to replicate it? We have a procedure with our Danckuts selectors where people select haircuts, and it really helps us dial in the consultation process. And so I realized that what we were doing is we created a language. Really, that's what the system is. It's its own unique language that's able to describe very complex procedures to each technician and engineer. My clients, because I had built the company and I had so many of my own clients, they were very resistant to seeing other people because, well, Zach's my guy. He knows what I want. He knows how I like it. And it was actually a really fun process to be able to show them, hey, they're gonna cut your hair exactly the same. And getting to see that aha moment where people were like, oh, whoa, yeah, that's it. That's the cut. I like it. We perform one procedure and one procedure only. We only have one thing on the menu, and it's only got one price, no matter if you're a kid or an adult. We offer a Danccut, and we do that all day, every day, and every haircut they have done before. And so this repetition, right, that precision, things become much more precise. We look at ourselves more as like surgeons. We look at ourselves more as engineers, and more as performing a very technical procedure. Everybody on earth gets a haircut. Everybody. It's not custom fitted suits for cats, And getting a haircut is a massive problem. I mean, it sucks to find somebody. You hang on to that person for dear life, and if they move or go on vacation, you're like, what am I gonna do? But with engineering, with checklists, with systems, with the ability to create consistency, I saw an ability to help a massive amount of people and solve a massive problem. The reason I decided to really take that on is because I have sort of this campsite mentality that my dad really instilled in me, and he always told me, always leave the campsite better than you found it. And so my idea is that, when I go, I would like to leave something behind that people say, man, remember how complicated it was just to go get a haircut? And if you're in another state, you can't get a haircut. If you're in another city or country, I want people to say, man, I'm really happy that I can just get my haircut exactly the way I want anywhere on earth. And that's what drives me. That's what gets me up in the morning.